Welcome to Riverside International High School, where every hallway holds 1,000 stories. For Alex, a new student thousands of miles from home, his story began on a day he wished he could forget. The sun was bright, casting long shadows across the school courtyard. Laughter filled the air, but none of it was for him. Daniel, a popular student with a sharp tongue, saw Alex and saw a target. His words, sharp and cruel, cut through the crowd, aimed directly at Alex's vulnerability. He stumbled, his books scattering across the ground, just like his confidence. The world seemed to blur, a sea of faces, either laughing or looking away. All except one. Her name was Emily. She moved through the crowd with a quiet strength, her eyes holding a kindness that felt like a lifeline. She didn't shout or make a scene. She simply stood between Alex and the taunts, offering a hand. "Are you okay?" She asked 3 simple words that changed everything. She helped him gather his scattered books, her presence a silent shield. Alex could only manage a nod, his heart a mix of gratitude and shame. Why couldn't he stand up for himself? Later, in the quiet of the library, Emily and her best friend Mia found him. They didn't pry or offer pity, they just sat with him. Mia, with her infectious energy, started talking about the photography club, her eyes sparkling with passion. Emily spoke of her favorite books, her voice calm and steady. They weren't trying to fix him, they were inviting him into their world. "You have a really kind smile. You know," Emily said softly, just before they left. That small comment planted a seed of hope in Alex's heart. He started to believe that maybe, just maybe, he could find his place here. Days turned into weeks. The bullying didn't stop, but it lost some of its power. Alex found strength in his new friendships. He joined the photography club with Mia, discovering a new way to see the world through a lens. He and Emily would study together, their conversations flowing easily from literature to dreams. He learned about her passion for helping others, her dream of becoming a doctor. And she learned about his home, his family, and the courage it took for him to start over in a new country. A gentle, unspoken connection was growing between them, as quiet and beautiful as a sunrise. Then came the storm. A torrential downpour turned the school grounds into a series of puddles and streams. From a classroom window, Alex watched the rain wash over the empty football field. And then he saw him, Daniel, alone, trying to cross the muddy field. He slipped, his leg twisting at an unnatural angle. He cried out, but his voice was swallowed by the storm. No one else was around. Every instinct told Alex to turn away, to let Daniel experience a fraction of the pain he had caused. It would be justice, wouldn't it? He remembered the taunts, the humiliation, the feeling of being small and invisible. But then he remembered Emily's kindness. He remembered Mia's laughter. He remembered the feeling of a hand reaching out to him when he had fallen. Was he really the kind of person who would walk away? He took a deep breath, grabbed an umbrella from the stand, and ran out into the pouring rain. The wind whipped at him, and the rain soaked his clothes, but he didn't stop. He found Daniel huddled on the ground, his face pale with pain and shock. He was trying to be tough, but fear was evident in his eyes. Alex didn't say a word. He simply knelt, opened the umbrella, and held it over Daniel, shielding him from the relentless storm. Daniel looked up, confusion warring with pain on his face. Why, why are you helping me? He stammered. Alex looked at him, not with pity or anger, but with something else entirely: empathy. Because you're hurt, Alex replied, his voice steady. He helped Daniel limp to the school nurse's office, a slow and painful journey made in near silence. The only sounds were the rain and their own labored breaths. That act of unexpected kindness did what no amount of anger or revenge ever could. It broke through Daniel's walls. The next day, the sun was shining again. The world felt fresh and new. Daniel found Alex by his locker. There was no arrogance in his posture, no sneer on his face. He looked different, smaller, more human. "I'm sorry," he said, the words coming out quietly, but with a weight of sincerity. "For everything, what you did yesterday. No one's ever done something like that for me. It wasn't a magic fix. The scars of the past wouldn't disappear overnight, but it was a beginning, a chance for change." Later that afternoon, Alex and Emily sat on a bench in the courtyard, the same spot where he had once felt so alone. It was a connection built on empathy, courage, and the simple, profound power of choosing to be kind.